When Counting Cars first aired on the History Channel in 2012, it immediately revved the engines of car lovers and reality TV enthusiasts alike. A spin-off of the mega-hit Pawn Stars, the show transported viewers to Las Vegas, where a garage known as Count's Kustoms came to life with vintage restorations, custom paint jobs, roaring hot rods and eccentric personalities. It wasn't just about restoring old steel, it was about resurrecting dreams on four wheels, infused with passion, nostalgia, and rebellion. At the heart of the show stood Danny the Count Koker, a tattooed rock and roll gearhead who ran Count's Kustoms with a distinct mix of business sense and artistic flair. Alongside him were a motley crew of skilled craftsmen, mechanics, bike builders, airbrush artists, and longtime friends who functioned more like family. Their chemistry was magnetic, their work jaw-dropping. But behind the gleaming chrome and energetic high-fives, the real lives of the Counting Cars cast members told a very different story. One punctuated by tragedy, jail time, legal scandals, and even death. For fans, the curtain seldom lifted beyond the televised builds and shop banter. But the reality of reality TV is often darker than it appears on screen. This video aims to uncover the untold stories, the painful truths and the verified facts, about the individuals who made Counting Cars what it was. Through intensive research, public records, interviews and first-hand reports, we explore which cast members have passed away, who has landed in jail, and how each case shaped both the show and its legacy. This isn't a work of speculation. It's a respectful, fact-based deep dive into the lives behind the lenses. Because even the most colorful paint job can hide rust beneath the surface. As the face and founder of Count's Kustoms, Danny Koker has become synonymous with the Counting Cars brand. With his black bandana, jet black wardrobe, and deep love for all things vintage, Danny quickly evolved from a Las Vegas customizer to a reality television icon. But with fame came controversy, and a series of persistent online rumors that falsely claimed Koker had either passed away or been involved in criminal activity. The truth, however, paints a far different picture. Before Counting Cars, Danny had already carved out a name for himself in Las Vegas. He owned Count's Vamped Rock Bar and Grill, and even earlier, appeared on Pawn Stars as a car and motorcycle expert. A trained mechanic, Koker inherited his love for restoration from his father, Danny Koker Sr., a baritone vocalist and former musician who also had a strong appreciation for classic cars. As Counting Cars soared in popularity, Danny became more than a garage owner, he was the lifeblood of the operation. From chasing down rare vehicles on the streets of Vegas to personally handling restorations, he injected a level of authenticity rarely seen in reality TV. Despite his strong presence, online tabloids and social media platforms have repeatedly circulated false news of Danny's death. Many of these reports stemmed from confusion surrounding the death of his father in 2008, whose passing some believed referred to Danny himself. These hoaxes often used misleading headlines, fake obituary-style posts, and doctored images. However, Danny Koker has never been dead, nor seriously ill to date. He remains alive, active, and at the helm of Count's Kustoms as of 2025. Some fans speculated that Danny faced jail time related to shop operations or tax issues. Again, none of these claims hold water. Danny Koker has never been arrested, charged, or imprisoned for any crime as of official public records. In fact, Danny and his shop are known for their community work, donating to veterans' causes and local charities. The man behind the myth has lived relatively clean, especially considering the temptations that surround Las Vegas life and reality television fame. As Count's Kustoms head motorcycle builder, Shannon is one of the shop's most indispensable members. Quiet yet charismatic, Shannon became a fan favorite for his intense concentration and near-surgical precision when crafting choppers and custom bikes. But even Shannon hasn't escaped the toxic grip of internet rumors. Unlike Danny, Shannon maintains a notably low profile. He rarely gives interviews and keeps his personal life tightly guarded. Perhaps that's what fuels the gossip mill, especially when he stopped appearing in several episodes during Season 8, sparking unfounded rumors of death or imprisonment. Multiple false reports popped up online, claiming Shannon was either dead or behind bars for unknown reasons. These turned out to be entirely baseless. Shannon's temporary absence from the show was due to health reasons and a minor surgery, as later confirmed by Koker in a live Facebook Q&A. He took time off for recovery but returned to the show, stronger than ever. There is no criminal history attached to Shannon. No arrests, no court appearances, and certainly no jail time. His absence from a few episodes led to a ripple of speculation, but Shannon has never been involved in legal controversies. His record is clean, and his reputation in the custom bike world remains golden. If Danny Koker is the heart of Count's Kustoms, then Mack is the spine. As shop manager and Danny's lifelong friend, Kevin is responsible for keeping schedules tight, budgets reasonable, and projects on track. He often appears stressed, but his loyalty to the team is unwavering. Unfortunately, that visibility has also made Kevin a target for internet hoaxes. Kevin has been the subject of numerous online rumors, most of which revolve around alleged DUI arrests, financial fraud, or involvement in the shop's legal battles. Yet not one of these claims has been backed by public court documents or news outlets. Kevin Mack has never served jail time or been publicly charged with any crime. Much of Kevin's work takes place behind the camera, overseeing production timelines, organizing car purchases, and smoothing out problems before they explode. His no-nonsense attitude occasionally clashes with Danny's spontaneous whims, but it's clear that Mack is the unsung hero of Kustoms. Easily one of the most beloved personalities from Counting Cars, Roli Szabo was the show's resident detailer. With his thick Hungarian accent, wild expressions and deep love for pristine finishes, Roly brought a unique flavor to the garage, and quickly became a fan favorite. Then, as quickly as he arrived, Roly vanished. Roly stopped appearing in the show after season 6, prompting widespread speculation. Some claimed he was fired due to disagreements, others believed he had died or been jailed. Eventually, the truth came out. Roli Szabo was arrested in 2019 for traffic-related violations, including driving without insurance and registration. While the offenses were relatively minor, they did land him in jail for a short time in Las Vegas. The arrest was documented in public court records and local news, though many outlets exaggerated the incident. Roly was released shortly after, paid fines, and has since kept a low profile. Life after Counting Cars. Post-show, Roly returned to private detailing work and occasionally posts updates on social media. He maintains a small but loyal fanbase and has expressed gratitude for the support he received, even amid the controversy. Horny Mike is impossible to ignore. He's the guy with horns on his helmet and personality to match. Known for his custom helmets and bold airbrushing, Mike became one of the most marketable personalities from Counting Cars. But with flamboyance often comes chaos. Mike has had a few run-ins with the law over the years, most of them minor and rooted in personal disputes or altercations. Reports surfaced about bar fights in Las Vegas and a trespassing citation in 2018. However, no felony convictions or long-term jail sentences have been recorded. Despite headlines suggesting otherwise, Mike has never gone to jail in the conventional sense. His arrests were either dismissed or settled with fines and community service. While not spotless, his record doesn't reflect the criminal severity that some blogs would have fans believe. As of 2025, Horny Mike continues to operate his own custom airbrushing business and occasionally collaborates with Kustoms. He remains active on social media and appears at fan conventions across the US. Joseph "Doc" Duggan, though never a front-and-center cast member, played a key role behind the scenes at Kustoms. Known for his methodical technical expertise, Doc was often spotted checking engine diagnostics or consulting on engine upgrades. His calm demeanor and deep knowledge made him a valuable asset to the team, but not someone the cameras lingered on often. Yet, like many of the Counting Cars crew, Doc became the subject of internet speculation. Fans began asking, "Where is Doc?" when he stopped appearing regularly after early seasons. In online forums, this absence bred wild speculation. Some said he died, others claimed he was fired due to misconduct, and a few even pushed rumors that he had been arrested. The truth is far more mundane. Extensive public record searches yield no legal troubles or criminal activity associated with Joseph Duggan. No arrest records, no civil suits, and certainly no jail time. Any claims to the contrary appear to be entirely fictional. It was quietly confirmed in an interview with a Kustoms staff member in 2021 that Doc left the show on good terms to focus on his family and health. He reportedly relocated out of Las Vegas and resumed work in a quieter automotive shop environment. His decision to live outside the spotlight speaks volumes. Doc was never in it for fame, he was there for the cars. Scott Jones was the original shop manager during the early seasons of Counting Cars. His firm demeanor and ability to manage the chaos of the garage made him both respected and occasionally resented on screen. But just a few seasons in, Scott disappeared, and the controversy that followed was unlike anything the show had seen. Scott's exit came after season 2. There was no farewell episode, no explanation. The void left behind prompted endless questions from fans. Rumors soon surfaced that Scott had embezzled money from Kustoms or had been caught in a legal tangle that forced him off the show. In 2014, it was revealed that Scott Jones had, in fact, been at the center of a lawsuit filed by Kustoms. The suit alleged that Jones had misused company funds and committed financial fraud involving the sale of merchandise without authorization. According to court filings, Jones reportedly pocketed profits from unauthorized deals using the company's branding. While details of the settlement were not made public, Multiple sources confirmed that the case was resolved privately, and no criminal charges were filed. Jones did not serve jail time, but his reputation in the industry took a hit. He has since distanced himself from public appearances and reality TV. His LinkedIn profile shows sporadic consulting roles in the automotive world, but nothing as high profile as his days with Counting Cars. While most fans of Counting Cars remember the primary team, a few guest fabricators and contractors appeared in minor roles. One such individual was Michael Henry, a painter brought in for a custom job during season 3. His screen time was minimal, but his real-life troubles were not. Unbeknownst to the show's producers at the time, Michael Henry had a prior criminal record. A background check by journalists in 2016 revealed that he had served time in a Nevada correctional facility for aggravated assault charges stemming from a 2008 incident. His conviction was public record, but not heavily publicized until after his appearance on the show. Once the news broke, there was backlash toward History Channel's vetting process. Although Henry had served his sentence and was legally allowed to work, critics felt it was irresponsible to give airtime to someone with such a violent background, even in a limited capacity. Henry never returned to the show and has since disappeared from the public eye. Not all heartbreaks are widely reported. Over the years, several individuals tied to Counting Cars, either cast, crew, or their immediate families, have experienced personal tragedies that rarely made headlines. In 2017, one of the show's senior editors passed away unexpectedly due to a heart condition. His family requested privacy, and no tribute episode aired. However, those close to the production posted quiet acknowledgements online, and a memorial was held off camera. One of Danny's childhood friends and original Garage collaborators reportedly took his own life in 2015. Danny briefly alluded to the incident during an off-air interview, calling it one of the darkest days of my life. While the individual never appeared on the show, the loss was deeply felt at Counts Customs. Kevin Mack has never spoken publicly in detail, but fans noted his absence from several episodes in season 7. It was later confirmed through a podcast that Kevin took a break due to the death of a close family member. He returned later that season, visibly more subdued. These off-camera events reflect that behind every smiling scene is a reality of grief, loss, and emotional endurance. The confusion about Danny Koker's death likely stems from the passing of his father, Reverend Danny Koker Sr., a towering figure in both his son's life and in Las Vegas. Reverend Danny Koker Sr. was a musician, television personality, and minister who performed with the Cathedral Quartet and appeared regularly on TV in the 1970s. He founded the Christian ministry channel KFBT in Las Vegas and passed down both musical and mechanical passions to his son. His death in 2008 at age 74 was deeply mourned by the Koker family and Las Vegas communities alike. However, confusion arose when online tabloids mistook his obituary for that of his son, Danny Jr. Impact on Danny the Count Koker. Danny Jr. has spoken lovingly of his father in numerous interviews, crediting him for instilling a love of music, discipline, and classic cars. Koker Sr.'s passing became a defining moment in his son's life. Danny continued his father's work with his own music ventures and philanthropic outreach. The mix-up in obituaries is an unfortunate example of how misinformation spreads and persists in the age of viral content. As the show's popularity skyrocketed, so did public scrutiny. Between 2017 and 2020, Counts Customs faced several civil lawsuits from customers and former business partners, many of which were misinterpreted by fans as criminal cases. In 2019, former employee Joseph Frontiera filed a counter-lawsuit after Counts Customs sued him for misappropriation of company funds. The initial complaint alleged Frontiera used over $75,000 of company money for personal use, including airline tickets and personal car payments. While the case was a civil matter, not criminal, news headlines often misrepresented it as a criminal theft case, leading to fan confusion. The suit was later dropped under confidential terms. No charges were filed. The shop also dealt with minor lawsuits from dissatisfied customers alleging breach of contract, project delays, or quality issues. These cases, while legally serious, were settled out of court and never resulted in jail time for anyone on staff. Despite the internet's wild claims, no Counting Cars cast member has served time in jail for fraud related to Counts Customs as of 2025. Most legal issues were handled internally or through civil litigation. No felony convictions are tied to the core team. Danny Koker addressed the lawsuits in an interview in 2020, saying, "When you run a business this visible, you're going to be a target. I stand by my crew and our integrity." His words echoed his leadership style, loyal to a fault and fiercely protective of the brand he built. While the spotlight has always been on the main crew of Counting Cars, the people who make the show happen behind the camera, producers, editors, and field directors, are just as vital. Interestingly, a few individuals from the production side of the series found themselves tangled in legal issues over the years. In 2016, a field producer and assistant editor who worked freelance for several episodes of Counting Cars was arrested in Las Vegas for possession of a controlled substance. The incident was not connected to the show itself but rather a personal matter involving prescription medication fraud. The case was resolved with a plea deal and probation. This news never made it into the main press, but records from the Clark County Court verified the charges. The production company, Left Field Pictures, declined to comment at the time, citing privacy and contractual confidentiality. A separate legal issue emerged in 2018 when a former Counting Cars videographer filed a lawsuit against Left Field Pictures for unpaid overtime wages and contract violations. The case drew attention among entertainment law circles but was eventually settled out of court. While this incident had no criminal implications, it illustrated the broader pressures involved in producing a high-profile reality show. Although these behind-the-scenes legal matters never resulted in jail time for the cast, they reflected the hidden chaos of reality TV production, where long hours, high pressure, and limited legal protections can lead to disputes. Few reality TV casts have been subjected to as many viral death hoaxes as the team from Counting Cars. From Danny Koker to Horny Mike, internet trolls have repeatedly spread false information, often picked up by less reputable news blogs and shared across Facebook, Reddit, and YouTube. As mentioned earlier, Danny Koker's father passed away in 2008, and since then, several poorly researched articles have misattributed that death to Danny Jr. himself. One fake obituary claimed Danny died in 2014 from cancer. Another suggested he died in a motorcycle accident in 2020. All of these were false. Danny has remained alive and active, frequently dispelling rumors on social media. In 2019, a viral post claimed that Horny Mike was killed in a bar fight in Henderson, Nevada. The story, picked up by clickbait YouTube channels, included altered images and fictitious police statements. Mike later responded sarcastically on Instagram, "Dead again? Dang it, guess I'll cancel my dinner plans." A 2021 hoax claimed that Shannon had died in a motorcycle crash. While he had taken time off for medical reasons around that time, the story was entirely made up. Fans flooded forums asking for confirmation, prompting Danny to address the falsehood in a brief video, "Shannon's just fine. People need to stop believing garbage headlines." These hoaxes not only spread fear among fans but emotionally affect cast members and their families. Being falsely declared dead online can trigger anxiety, disrupt business, and leave permanent digital scars. To counteract this, the cast now verifies major updates through official channels like Kustoms Facebook and Danny Koker's verified Instagram. Fame, especially the instant kind brought on by reality TV, is a double-edged sword. For the cast of Counting Cars, what began as an exciting opportunity quickly evolved into a relentless lifestyle of public scrutiny, long filming hours, and internet speculation. Many cast members, like Roli Szabo or Horny Mike, were regular workers thrust into the limelight without formal media training. Fans expected them to behave like seasoned celebrities, often ignoring the reality that these were craftsmen and mechanics, not actors. The pressure to maintain a persona and cater to fan expectations led to burnout, privacy invasions, and misunderstandings, some of which fueled the jail and death rumors. Though never publicly diagnosed, several cast members have hinted at anxiety, depression, or personal struggles due to their visibility. Roly's arrest, for example, happened after he had left the show and expressed difficulty coping with life away from the cameras and support of the garage. In a 2022 interview, Mack stated, "Fame isn't free. You lose part of yourself every time someone recognizes you in a grocery store and expects a selfie while you're buying milk." When false rumors or real controversies emerge, the Counting Cars team typically responds with a mix of silence, sarcasm, and straightforward rebuttals. Danny's style, professional and polite. Danny Koker rarely engages in mudslinging. His preferred method of handling false reports is to ignore them unless they gain traction, in which case he offers a clear, respectful denial. In 2020, after yet another death rumor went viral, he posted, "Alive, well, and building cars like always. Thanks for your concern." Horny Mike's humor. Mike counters misinformation with humor. When rumors about him being arrested spread, he posted an image of himself in front of a police car with the caption, "Guess I'm doing hard time for painting flames too hot." Kevin's direct approach. Mack, as the shop's operations guy, often addresses issues directly through Facebook posts. He's clarified lawsuits, firing rumors, and personal challenges without hesitation. Roly's public withdrawal. Roly, after his arrest, withdrew from the public eye. He deleted many of his social media posts but eventually returned with an apology and acknowledgement of his mistakes. His vulnerability was met with support from loyal fans. Fans of Counting Cars are fiercely loyal. When cast members go silent, face legal troubles, or are falsely reported as dead, the fanbase reacts with passion. Sometimes misdirected, but always heartfelt. In many cases, fans confuse the characters they see on TV with the real individuals behind them. When Roly was arrested, some felt betrayed, forgetting he was never a scripted personality. Likewise, when Danny's father passed away, fans mistakenly thought they lost Danny himself. This emotional investment speaks to the impact of the show but also highlights the blurred line between reality and performance in reality TV. Numerous fan pages have posted artwork, video tributes, and memory montages for cast members rumored or confirmed to be deceased. These gestures, while sometimes misinformed, come from a place of admiration and grief. Danny once said, "When someone thinks you're dead and writes a poem about you, it's weird, but also kind of beautiful." After more than a decade on television, Counting Cars remains a cornerstone of automotive reality entertainment. But beyond the cars and chrome, its legacy lies in the people, their camaraderie, their talent, and their very human struggles. The show also serves as a cautionary tale. For every engine restored, there's a life that can be complicated by fame. False rumors, legal disputes, and personal tragedies prove that reality TV offers little protection from real-world consequences. Despite these challenges, the Counting Cars crew exemplifies resilience. They've weathered internet hoaxes, legal tangles, and personal pain with a mix of humor, silence, and mutual support. Their loyalty to each other, and their shared love for machines, binds them stronger than any television contract. In a media landscape often polluted with scripted drama, Counting Cars stood out for its genuine heart. These were real people doing what they loved, and even when they stumbled, they never stopped creating. Their legacy is not only in the cars they restored, but in the lives they touched, the lessons they lived, and the fact that through rumor, jail, or tragedy, they kept rolling. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. From untold truths to behind-the-scenes revelations. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update about your favorite shows and stars.